Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. So, Keke Palmer, I got a clip of her. She's on a radio show and she's asked a nice question, basically. She is asked a relationship question, and that's, she could have some insight to this because she has a boyfriend. She has a boo thing, right? Her and her boo thing. They just had a baby, right? I'm not hating. I like Keke Palmer, right? She's getting it together all the time, always. So, I like Keke Palmer. I do. And basically, she has some insight on this, okay? On a podcast, I'll play the clip actually right now for you, but let me just kind of describe it so you can know what you're watching. So, he asks her basically a question saying, you're in a marriage, right? 10 years. Would you cheat? Okay. And then she gives her response. I'll play you her response now.
Okay.
10 years. Kids. And then in the 10th year, you get cheated on. Are you leaving?
It depends on if he's showing me contrition or not. Why did this happen? Why didn't you talk to me? Was there a problem in our marriage, or is there a problem going on with you? Is this a midlife crisis? Is this something that I need to understand what's going on. But I do think that forgiveness is a major part of love. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't want to admit that. Now, I'm not saying you need to be forgiving a dude every dang on day. You know what I'm saying? For something major, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to set your boundary lines and whatever your hard lines are. But I feel like I have learned throughout my life because I've cut a lot of people off. I'm one of those people that's like, you did me wrong, you've hurt me, we're done. Number change, you're blocked. Yeah. And I've learned that that's not right. I've lost a lot of people, or I have just found myself very alone because it's like, well, girl, somebody gonna hurt you once or twice, including your mama and your daddy and your family members. You're gonna be hurt by people because people are not perfect.
Okay. I mean, that's a good response. I could agree with it in certain ways, and I cannot agree with it in certain ways. First things first, let's just get this out the way. She said if he shows contrition. I was like, whoa, that's a nice word, right? That's basically saying if you're remorseful, if you show remorse, if you show that, basically in the context she was using it in, it's basically saying hey, you know what? I'm sorry for what I did. And if he shows that, if she can see that on his face, then, I guess she would take him back. And it's one of those things where it's that's just an honest answer. That's really just, to tell you the truth, super feminine, straight up. You know what I'm saying? It's no way to do that. How can you get mad at that? How? Tell me how. I got one. Your husband cheated on you. That's why I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even her husband or her boyfriend or whatever. Well, in that scenario, they were saying husband, right? So that just shows you that, she has feminine nature. She's not trying to straight up be alpha to where it's nah, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't even know how would an alpha female, deal with that? Just move on to the next, right? Or probably not even let that happen. I don't know. Right? That's a good thought pattern right there, I guess. Anywho, for me, I would have to say that, man, that's just a good that's some of these questions. I'm gonna be real with you, dude. It's just these podcasters, man, the questions they be coming up with, if they have the best woulda, coulda, shoulda, just made up questions or whatever pulled out the universe, and it's man, bro, what be going on where to have you thinking like this? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, of course you have to think like that, but it's just you get somebody on your radio show, and this is the question you ask them. It's a straight confusion. At the end of the day, it's dang, that's a super hard question. And sometimes it takes people to have wisdom. Sometimes it takes for people that have that knowledge, have that experience, who actually have been in a relationship. And most marriages, end in divorce, right? Okay. I believe by the woman initiating the divorce. So that would be like the first thing that pops in my mind. Like, yeah, a woman saying like, I'm not going to put up with that. Right. And, it's sad, but it's true, man. Right is right and wrong is wrong. When if you can like peer into some of these people's thought patterns, you'll understand why no fault divorce is like, or maybe I wouldn't even say no fault divorce, because, people could, it's really a toss up, because you could say, you have all these feelings, but if you can't prove it, then you can't prove it. You know what I'm saying? But if you deep down inside, if you like, you just have this, instinctual feeling, this intuition, you're like, nah, something's not right. I'm getting out of here. I'm not even going to wait around to find out or figure out what's going to happen or what's happening right now. So I can understand why, you know what I'm saying? It's when you have these questions like this, it's like you can go anywhere, because we're starting off on like, some type of make-believe deal. But good answer by her. She says like, if he's remorseful, and like she could probably like get any type of man she wanted, But since they were going 10 years and then he just ended up cheating, I'm guessing like maybe that would show that like, I guess he's a good guy, because he like stuck it out for 10 years without cheating. That's a hard question. I'm going to go ahead and say get a divorce. I'm going to just say that, dude. Just get a divorce, man. Don't get married again. Like, it's sad, And it's human beings. Like, we all have like a high horse. We all have this sense of morale where we can't, certain conversations are beneath us. We're not even going to talk. We're not even going to get into that, because no. And that's why. And when you have two people form a union and come together, but you can see that like they're missing so many important parts, and it's not going together. They don't fit very well together. And it's a letdown, because you're like, man, it's just people out here that, don't have the cognitive reasoning ability to even, understand fully, like, yeah, you have all your faculties are in order, you understand what you're doing, but it's just like you don't, you have not understood or overstood, the circumstances that you're getting yourself into. You see the bells and the whistles, and but you don't realize, or you don't care to. But the thing is this, before I, get all into that, I'm going to say get divorced, because you know what? Keke's beautiful. And if somebody's cheating on you, what else are they going to do? A lot of things goes with that, right? So you have to make your decision, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he's going to cheat on you, what else he's going to do? Like, don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get real. What else would this dude may do? You feel me? If he's going, if I'm so comfortable to disrespect you and you forgive me, what, why wouldn't I do that again? And then the fact, it's craziness out here, man. You watch half the stuff that you watch out here, you just can see like how people, move and how people operate. And you really just got to be a people person and just watch. And, you know, some people get tired. They don't want to sit and watch what's going on and catch the sidelines, see who's breaking the rules, you know, see how things work. You know, people get tired. They want to go ahead and just jump into the race. And they'll break a few rules. Yeah, sure. But they'll learn how to run the race properly, you know, during the duration of the race, right? They'll kind of learn as you go. And that's the idea a lot right now. But me personally, guys, I'm just going to keep it 100%. Like, to me, that shows, like, I don't even know if that's like feminine, you know, it shows you're in your feminine energy or not, because it's like, you want the man, you would want the man to lead, but then it's like, can I even attribute that to being in your feminine? You know, like, at some point in time, it's like about respect. You know, I don't care about what nature you're coming in. It's just like, okay, well first off, how are we approaching this? Are we approaching this in a respectful manner? Like, you know, are you okay? Can you live like that? You know what I'm saying? But she just got into a relationship not too long ago, or I don't know, and she just had a child. So I can kind of see how she's not trying to muddy the waters, and she's like on a, you know, Sirius XM nationally syndicated radio show, and she's like, okay, how can I answer this one without letting people too much in my business? But that's what I got for you, man. Peace. I'm out of here.